You say that you and Mr. Kiser have been together for 6 years, have a 3-year-old son together, but claim he's now denying your 6-month-old son, Isaac, and you're here to prove that he is the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kiser, you acknowledge one child with Miss Englund, but say Isaac is not yours. You say that during your separation from Miss Englund, she slept with another man, and you are 100% sure he is the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Englund, why is Mr. Kiser accepting one child but not the other?
We've been through everything. I've supported him, I've took care of him, I've turned him into the man he is. You know, I took him from ashy to classy, and he's not supportive at all of it, and he wants to say that it's not his.
I've always been classy.
No, that can be debated.
Okay.
Your Honor, she knows why I denied the baby. She stayed gone for 3 months with this other man.
Did you move in with another man,
Yes,
Miss
Your Honor.
Englund?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
So wait, you all in a relationship. I want to get the
Yes, ma'am.
background.
We were in a relationship for 4.5 years
Okay.
before we finally split, and I went with the other man.
Okay. And so during that time, you had one child.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And then during the split,
During the split, Isaac was conceived.
all right. And so basically, your relationship is completely on the brink. Like the stakes are high.
If it doesn't get solved today, it's over. I can't do it anymore. It's done.
Because it's that stressful.
It's that everything is an argument. If we're talking about what's for dinner, peanut butter and jelly, fries, burgers, everything is, that's not my baby.
A paternity question, it permeates every aspect of your life. And so I can understand what you're saying.
Yo, the
You're
reason
just
why-
talking about dinner and we're talking about paternity. We're still arguing about it.
Yes.
Is it difficult for you to handle all of this, Mr. Kiser?
Yes, ma'am.
The feeling of not
You don't
knowing?
understand what I'm going through, Your Honor. The whole time, I accepted her back, true enough. But I accepted her back because we already had a 2-year-old son together, you know what I'm
So
saying?
you accepted her back. You said, you know what,
I did
let's
accept
try
her back,
again.
But she was still pregnant by this other man the whole time we were together, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that's
I-
not,
I-
that
So
is
the
not
whole
true.
time,
Her back.
let me ask you this, Mr. Kiser, the whole time she was pregnant and you accepted her back, you're thinking the whole time and she's pregnant by another man, or were you
Right.
thinking this could potentially be my child as well?
I didn't think it was my child, Your Honor.
Your
I
Honor-
didn't think it was my child. I always thought it was the other man's child. I can't take care of another man's baby, Your Honor, especially the man she was cheating on me with.
I was not cheating. I never wanted
She
to
said, Your Honor, she said she wasn't cheating on me, right? But she had the other man's phone number long before she moved out, and she was still staying in my house.
How is it his house and I'm working
It wa-
12 hours a day to take care of the bills for that
I'm
house?
paying the
I was
rent.
working the graveyard shift. He was supposed to be home taking care of the kids.
I interacted with the kids all the time. All the time. The whole time she was at work.
I can't
If
say if that's
while
true or
I'm
not,
at
because I
home
was
taking
off
care of the
working.
kids, Your Honor, she on the job messing around with the other man while I'm at home taking care of the kids.
I'm on the job messing around with another man. I'm working 12 hours in a dog bed factory.
And that's how you got his phone number.
And that's how I got it. Well, if you would have been taking care of business at home, no other man would have been able to even talk to me. But you were too busy fighting.
I understand that.
You were too busy finding a reason to argue at any given second.
So obviously there was a breakdown in the relationship.
Your Honor, my sister passed away. And instead of this man right here taking care of me and hugging me and telling me everything would be okay, he started a fight and left.
But Your Honor,
He left. He wasn't there. The other man is the one who was texting my phone saying, "Are you okay?"
Why was he texting your phone? How you have your phone number?
Why weren't you taking care of me?
We was arguing all the time during that time.
Exactly.
You all
because
still arguing now. I can't even get a word in. So there obviously was a breakdown in the relationship.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
And you ended up breaking up
Yes, ma'am.
completely.
And the only reason that I left him, Your Honor, is because the other man was paying more attention than he was. If you
At
have
the time-
if your woman is working 12 hours graveyard, when your woman comes home, wouldn't you like to have a little breakfast or she goes to sleep? I had to put our baby to sleep when I'm coming home at 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to put my baby to sleep. Then I have to do my school
Not
courses
every day.
online.
Not every day. Not every
Everything
day
was
she
all
have to put
on
the baby to
Shirley
sleep.
and nothing was on Mr.
Not every
Kiser.
day. She didn't have to put the baby to sleep every day, Your Honor.
I left because when my sister died and he was not there for me and I needed a shoulder to cry on, I didn't have it.
Right, so you went with
So
this other guy.
I went with the other man because he made it unbearable for me at the house. He wanted
And
to
now
fight,
you
I didn't
say
have
that
the
this
mindset.
man, Mr. Kiser, is baby Isaac's biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, listen. The question is
Yes.
the timing in which he was conceived.
I can explain that to you right here. I'm 100% sure.
Great.
And I have
Now
evidence.
we're back on track. Ryan, can I see that evidence, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, on the 25th of March is the last time I had been sexual with the other man.
On the 25th of March.
Yes,
You were
but the
intimate
other-
with the other guy.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep going.
Okay. On the 28th, me and Mr. Kiser, we got back together. I came back to where he was at with our children. We had unprotected sex on the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st. And my conception date is the 30th of March. I had sex with the other man before the conception window.
Were you sleeping with this other
She
man
wanted-
unprotected?
No, ma'am.
So on the 5th, you take a pregnancy test and it
Yes.
comes back negative.
Yes.
In your mind, you're saying, well,
Yeah,
if
that's
I'm not
on the 3rd,
pregnant
yo.
on the 5th, I slept with this other guy on the 25th. If I'm not pregnant on the 5th, then it
Then
can't be his
It
child.
can't be his child.
Mr. Kiser, you don't look
Yes,
like you're
ma'am.
buying this at all.
I need to say something really bad. I want to say something.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Y'all, the reason why I'm not buying this, y'all, because she left with the other guy on the 3rd.
I did
She
not
wasn't
have
pregnant.
intercourse with
She
that man
can't-
anymore.
she can't- We slept together from the 28th until the 31st, right?
No,
she,
till the
was-
1st.
She left on the 30th with the other guy, right? For 2 weeks.
On
And now
April
she-
3rd?
She's pregnant on the 15th. So how do I know it's not the other guy's baby?
Well,
Oh,
my-
you're saying she went back
She
to the
left
other
on
guy?
the 3rd. She left on the 3rd and went back to the other guy on the 3rd.
The
I mean,
3rd of
that-
March or the 3rd of,
The 3rd of April.
3rd of April?
Yes.
The
Well,
3rd
we're
of-
missing some colors
No, the 3rd of April. The 3rd of
on
April.
this calendar.
Ma'am, Your Honor, the 3rd of April, I left and went back, but I never had intercourse with that man again.
How do I know
With
that,
my
Your Honor?
coworker. You don't know that. You just have to go off my words. That baby's also tongue-tied. Genetic trait. That baby
Okay.
looks like our 3-year-old child.
Okay.
Same trait.
Okay.
And you're referring to a medical condition.
Yes, ma'am.
She don't know if that guy's father
That's not
is
true,
tongue-tied or
'cause
not.
I-
What if the other guy didn't have it, but his daddy had it? You see what I'm telling you, Arthur?
His daddy did not have it. I
How does
reached
she
out
know that,
and
Your
asked
Honor?
questions.
How does she know that? She never met the other guy's father.
Listen, it is your assertion that because baby Isaac is tongue-tied, and that's a medical condition that Mr. Kiser has as well, and it's proven to be hereditary and genetic, it can be passed down. You believe that's a further indicator that he is baby Isaac's biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
And then there's another part of the proof. What is
Yes,
that?
ma'am. Those teeth that he has in his mouth, he was born with those teeth. Those are called neonatal teeth. Mr. Kiser's first cousin's child was born with teeth as well. It is
All
proven
right.
to be a genetic trait as well.
So another genetic trait is that
But-
he was born with
With
teeth. Usually babies don't develop teeth until later on.
Yes.
He was born.
He was
with teeth.
born
And
with-
that's another medical condition that you have seen
I haven't heard
in
about
Mr. Kiser's
Yo,
family.
I haven't heard
Yes,
about
Your
that
Honor.
big genetic trait though. About the
you should
the
do your
teeth.
research.
I haven't heard about that big genetic trait.
I appreciate the testimony, but I want to learn more about this particular medical condition. Ron, could you please escort Dr. McLaurin into the courtroom? She is a doctor of medical dentistry, and I'd like to ask her a few questions. Hello, doctor. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here today discussing a paternity issue as it relates to baby Isaac. And Ms. Englund has asserted that because Mr. Kiser suffers from a certain medical condition, tongue-tied, and her child also does, that's further indicator that Mr. Kiser is her child's biological father. I know you've been dealing with these issues for a while, over almost 30 years now, if not more. Can you speak to this issue?
Well, the research is all over the place when it comes to a tongue tie. There is no research that says 100% that if he has a tongue tie, his child will have a tongue tie.
Right. See.
And the research I read said 50-50 chance if one parent
it's not
carries it, 100%
it's
chance
not
if both
100%
parents
chance.
carry the gene.
There is research out there that says that,
Is there research that says otherwise as well?
yes. It's not necessarily that it says otherwise, the complexity comes in diagnosing a tongue tie. And it's all over the place, the definition of that. So any research that follows that is inconclusive. In my practice, I would say most of my parents report that there is tongue tie in the family.
That it's in the family?
Yes.
So most of your parents, you see, your clients, they have someone else in the family that is tongue-tied.
Yes.
Now, that's not necessarily their father
Not
or their
necessarily.
mother.
not necessarily the father or the mother. I have seen mothers
Oh, wow.
that if the mother has tongue tie, the multiple children will have tongue tie. But there's not 100% correlation between tongue tie and the father.
So what about babies born with teeth?
Now that is a more rare condition. That's very rare. And 60% of the families that have children who are born with teeth report that other members of the family were born with teeth.
Okay.
Wow.
So in that situation, the fact that there is a family member in Mr. Kiser's family.
I had no idea, Your Honor, about the teeth. I had no idea.
So hearing the testimony of this expert
Yeah, it's kind of,
is enlightening.
Yeah. 18 years ago, cousin's son was born with teeth 18 years ago. So I guess it is possible. It's possible, but I mean,
just
she
said
still
it's
was with the other guy for 2 weeks before she got the pregnant.
Well, that's why we bring in expert testimony.
So
because we need
if we don't
to
know,
understand it.
we can't find out if this other guy had people in his family that were born.
Your Honor, I asked him, I asked his sister, I asked his mother. Nobody has any kind of recollection of anybody being tongue-tied in their family.
Mr. Kiser, if baby Isaac is not your biological child, can you still work on the relationship? Or is it over?
No, Your Honor, it's over, Your Honor. It's over. I can't do it. I can't do it, Your Honor. It's over.
And
Because I've already helped her raise her other child, and I've raised the child, and then it's gonna be a problem, Your Honor, because this might be the baby of the man who she actually cheated on me with. So how am I gonna raise his child?
I never cheated. I did not get.
But you had his phone number before you moved out.
But I did not
That's
have any
considered
kind
cheating.
of physical relation. You
That's
want to talk
considered
about cheating? Talk about what you did.
If I had his phone, if I had a phone number.
You want to talk about cheating? Talk about what you.
I
You
had a
had
phone
plenty
number-
women's phone numbers. I found how many?
No.
How many have I found? Because you
One.
can't hide them out your pant pocket.
One, I'll be honest.
One?
And I never had a relationship with him.
Your Honor, I used to have to go through this man's wallet and I put out number. I asked him who it was. He started lying and putting men's names on the number.
All right.
That is not true.
I called the
That is
woman's
not
number
true.
and she told me what he had on,
But
what he was doing, where he was going.
Can I say something, please? Can I say something, please? Your Honor, at the whole time, those phone numbers that you found, I never slept with none of those people. The guy phone number she had, she moved in with him.
So listen, listen,
family.
But he didn't.
Listen.
I never slept with another woman.
Now I have to ask the question, if baby Isaac is your biological child, Mr. Kiser, can you all move past all of this arguing over cheating? I mean, you all have been arguing for 25 minutes straight.
I don't want to cheat no more, Your Honor. I love this woman. You know what I'm
It
saying?
gets worse at the house.
Answer my question.
Can you repeat the question, Your Honor?
I know you didn't hear it. I don't know why we taking testimony on tongue-tied. You ain't tongue-tied today. Okay? Get a word in.
I want that to be my son, Your Honor. I do want it to be my son, but I just want to make sure it's my son. I want to make sure.
That's why you're here. That's
Right.
why you're here. And luckily, thank goodness, I have those results for you. Ron,
Thank you.
the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics in the case of Englund versus Kiser. When it comes to 6-month-old Isaac Englund, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Kiser, you are not the father.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kiser.
You sure?
Are.
Are you
I'm
sure?
so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's gotta be a mistake, right? It's a mistake, right?
I am so sorry, but it is not a mistake. You are not baby Isaac's
But he
biological
can be his father. It doesn't matter if DNA or not. He can be that boy's father. Just because he has a daddy that don't care, why can't he be the daddy that does? We've been through hell and back. 6 years. We've been homeless together. We've had had to struggle to get where we are now. I don't think it has to end because it's not his blood. Our other child he raises just fine.
I understand. We, in this courtroom, recognize that biology creates family, of course, but there are also families created through love. When you all came into this courtroom, you told me your relationship was on the line and you needed this answer.
But I'm not ready to let go of the relationship, Your Honor. I love this man. This is the longest relationship I've ever been in.
And that's for you two to figure out if you can work it out. Ms. Englund, I have to ask you, so do you know for certain that baby Isaac's father is this other
Yes,
man?
ma'am. I did not have intercourse with anybody else. I'm not a thought.
Does this man want to be in his life?
No, neither does the family of the man. The only people that help with this child is him and his family.
Mr. Kiser, what would you like to say, sir?
I still want to be there for him, Your Honor. I'm so sorry, baby.
Ms. Nesbitt, you are suing to prove to Mr. Henderson that he is the father of your 7-month-old daughter, Zion.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say that when the results prove you right, you expect Mr. Henderson to step up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Henderson, you claim your case is simple. You say Ms. Nesbitt cheated on you with her neighbor during the window of conception, and he is Zion's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Nesbitt, what has Mr. Henderson done so far for Zion?
Well, he buy her diapers, that's about it. He doesn't do anything for my child, but buy her diapers. He does more for my 2-year-old son that he knows that's not his, than his own daughter.
Really? Well, Mr. Henderson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, because I feel that I shouldn't have to take care of another man's baby.
But you are taking care of another man's baby, right?
Yes, but at this time, I came into this baby's life and already knew he wasn't mine, but I had a possibility that she could have been mine, but she's not, so I felt kind of hurt.
So there's a level of resentment there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So what's your relationship like with Zion? Were you there through the doctor's appointments, birth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know that's your child. You've been knowing from the beginning. You signed the birth certificate. You even snuck down the stairs and signed it without my permission. You know the baby yours.
Yes, I did because
He did what, Ms. Nesbitt?
I went downstairs to go get my birth certificate, and his name was on there. I told him not to put his name on there because I had doubts from the beginning, but he snuck anyways and signed his name on there.
Oh, so wait, you had asked him previously not to sign it because you had doubts yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Henderson, you did sign the birth certificate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you remember having the conversation with Ms. Nesbitt that said, don't sign it just yet because it may not be yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
You remember that conversation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you signed it anyway?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he even lied to his father and told him that he got a DNA at the hospital when he didn't.
Why would you tell your dad you had a DNA test and you didn't?
Well, honestly, Your Honor, because I didn't want him all in my business.
Oh, Your Honor, that's a lie. He signed the birth certificate. He told me that he signed the birth certificate so he can have rights of the baby, so he can get custody of the baby.
Well, listen, you understand when you sign a birth certificate at a hospital, you are acknowledging paternity legally. You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when you signed your name, you said, I'm the father, I'm responsible, I'm gonna take care of this child.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why are you not taking care of the child and only bought some diapers?
Because she talking about the baby's not
Weather.
mine, Your Honor. I can't be no man that's taking care of another man's baby.
Okay,
especially
now
off the
I
love
want to
of-
understand that. Your doubt. Because what it sounds like to me is you were at the hospital and you were really trying to convince yourself
Yes,
that
Your
this
Honor.
was your child.
Yes, Your Honor.
And signing the birth certificate was a way for you to say, okay, I'm gonna stay in with this family, I'm gonna make a family, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna sign the birth certificate. Take me to the moment where you just said, something not right, I just don't feel right, I really have doubts.
Because she kept coming to me like, this not your baby, LaDon. Like one time
After Zion was born?
Yes.
Okay.
I came in the house one night drunk. I don't know if she was mad at me or not. She probably could have said it out of spite because I came in late. But I come in,
that's
she
not
get
true.
the argument, oh, she's not yours. That's why she's not your baby. She could be Mr.
Ms.
Brown's
Nesbitt,
baby.
did you say that?
Yes, Your Honor, I did it out of anger. I was really angry
She
when I
said it
said
several times, Your Honor. Several times.
But you also admitted, Ms. Nesbitt, that you had doubts because that's why you told him, don't go sign that birth certificate.
Yes, I had doubts.
What were your doubts specifically?
Well, let me tell you how it all began. He had sex with his cousin, and I felt very vulnerable about it. And, you know.
Yes, I did, but that was before her. She already knew about that.
Okay.
Yes, let me tell you how it all.
Proceed.
You know, I received the inbox telling me she said that she had sex with my little black car and they had a baby. And I felt very astounded about it. So, you know, I felt.
She told you before that when you was sitting in the car with your friend, when y'all left from the Riverwalk.
No, that's not true, and you got her pregnant.
Yes, it is. It's true, Your Honor. It's true, Your Honor.
But I want to know specifically why you doubt that this could be his child.
Well, I doubted because we was having unprotected sex for a year straight, and all of a sudden I had sex one time with Mr. Brown, and I ended up getting pregnant 2 weeks later.
So, Mr. Brown is
the neighbor.
Your neighbor.
Yes.
And tell me what happened that night.
Well, me and Mr. Henderson, we got into an argument, and it led in my apartment hallway, and Mr. Brown seen, so he came to my door, he comforted me, and it led off to him coming in, giving me a massage, and led off to me, and it led off more than just the massage.
One night?
Yes, one night, and 2 weeks later, I ended up pregnant, and I told Mr. Henderson.
Do you remember this day, Mr. Henderson, when
Yes,
she told
Your
you she
Honor.
was pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she also say I had slept with Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, she
But
did?
She told me she used the condom, Your Honor. And then not too long ago, she told me the condom broke, Your Honor.
Mr. Henderson, when she told you she'd also slept with Mr. Brown, but it was just one night,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you say to yourself, well, I know now this could possibly be his child, or you tried to just, you were living in denial?
I was living in denial, Your Honor.
The baby looked just like you. You took pictures with her.
'Cause I
you
had
go to
love
doctor's
for her.
appointments,
I had love
everything,
for
and
you. I
now
had
you're
love for your
sitting up here
friends.
denying her. She looked just like you. She resembles you in all types of ways.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You're positive this Mr. Brown encounter was a one-night thing?
Yes, it was.
But you
Your
do
Honor.
understand it
No,
only
Your
takes
Honor.
one time to have a baby. So you knew that.
Yes.
And you're saying the protection you used broke.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So at this time, the court would like to call Mr. Brown. Jerome, would you please escort Mr. Brown into the courtroom? I'd like to hear from him.
Let's go. Come on with us. Have you go up to the witness stand next to the judge. Going up the steps.
Mr. Brown, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us today. Mr. Brown, we're here, of course, discussing the paternity as it relates to baby Zion. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Ms. Nesbitt, please.
I had first met her. She had moved to my apartment, been a couple doors down. And I used to always flirt with her, to blink an eye at her, you know what I'm saying? Because she was a cute girl, you know? She was
She was a nice friend. That's about it.
yeah, that's basically about it, you know?
But you did have a sexual encounter with her.
Yeah, one time.
It was just like birthday sex. That was about it.
It wasn't more that she used to always hit me up and text me and all that stuff. I used to text her different names, like
It was
this
just
Tracy,
one
this
time.
Nancy.
Your Honor, she's telling me that it's been going on longer than that. It was more than one
It
night.
was just birthday sex. That
It was
was
just
it.
one night only, but we used to always text and stuff like that. I used to hit her up with different females' names because he used to be around. So I'd be like, this Nancy, and she'd text back like LOL, you know what I'm saying? She knew it's me, you know what I'm saying?
So
Then
you
we heard-
all were texting each other even after you all...
Yeah, we stayed in contact. We never
But you
really lost
only
contact
had
with her.
sex the one time?
Just that one night on her birthday when her and him
and the
got into it.
protection broke?
I don't remember protection broke. I was buzzing a little bit, but I don't remember no protection broke. You know what I'm saying? Reminds you, I just came there to comfort her that one night because them two had got into it. So I had went down there, comforted her one night, gave her a little massage. You know what I'm saying? We was chilling. You know what I'm saying? When I was massaging her, my hands led to other places, and you know what happened after that?
Yeah. So now, what happened when she got pregnant?
She had texted me and told me, I got something to tell you. I'm like, tell me. Then she's like, I'm embarrassed. So I'm like, don't be embarrassed, tell me. She was like, I'm pregnant. It could be you or dying baby.
So at this point, you've been honest with both men,
Yes.
and they both know they are potential fathers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Baby Zion is born, and who steps up to the plate for her?
I stepped up to the plate for her, Your Honor.
It ain't my baby, so I ain't stepping up to no plate.
So, Mr. Brown, you said
How
it's
would you
not
know
your...
that?
Because I had a condom on, and look at her. She looked just like him. She a beautiful baby. She looked just like him, you know what I'm saying? She ain't got much. Let me show you right here. I'm
What
gonna
did
show
you bring, Mr. Brown?
Evidence.
All right. This is a picture of...
Me on the right and her on the left, yeah, it is. She looked nothing like me at all. Ears, look at her cheeks, nothing. Lips,
So
nose,
you submit to the court that she doesn't look anything like you, in your opinion.
nothing like me. One day she had told me she didn't want to take the first. She used to always ask me like, "Do you mind taking a test?" I'm like, "Yeah." Then one day she called, text me like, "You don't need to take no test because I know it's his baby."
No,
'Cause
you.
I guess she didn't want to hurt
Your
his
Honor,
feelings
he's
or
the
something.
one that called me. And
So
said-
wait, initially, she asked you to take a test. Do you mind taking
Yeah,
a
and I used to
paternity
always
test?
tell her what I tell her. I don't mind taking a
Your
test.
Honor, that's not true. He called me and said that we should take a DNA test, and I told him no. He said that's unfair.
Cause she done already told me a couple times already to take a test. And you already told me and texted me that it might be my baby. So, you know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids already. I don't mind taking care of another one. You know what I'm saying? But, you know,
4 kids already.
yeah. And I don't mind taking care of another one. What's one more, you know?
So
mine's-
the
I'm
bottom
working out.
line is you were saying, I don't mind taking the test. So at that point that you were going to submit to the test and you said, I don't mind taking care of another one, you had an inkling that there is a potential at least that it could be yours?
Yeah, so that's why I was worried. That's why I kept in contact with her.
But you
She always
said
had my
y'all
number.
said y'all used the condom. So how
We
would
did
you
use the condom, you know what I'm saying? But things happen, you know what I'm saying?
So you've remained steadfast, Ms. Nesbitt, that this could be either one's child.
Yes, but I'm like more of 100% sure that it's Don's child.
Now she done got my head all geek thinking it's my, you know what I'm saying? I want her to get this test over
She
with. so
got
I can
me
get it
up
over
here
with.
confused, Your Honor.
Yeah, she got me confused too. And then when they get into it, you know what I'm saying, she write little things on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And then when I hit her up, as soon as I get on the phone with her, I'll see her put something on Facebook and it be about me.
So you think she's trying to maintain contact with you, stay close to you because there's a potential you may be the child's father?
Yeah, okay.
I know LaDon is the father. He just needs to step up to the plate and face it that you're the father. He looks just like
I'm
she
not
looks
about
just
to
like
step
you.
up to the plate if you keep telling me it's Mr. Brown's child. No.
But Ms. Nesbitt, you have to admit, you know, the point where you get into the argument and you say, it's not your baby, it's somebody else's baby, he's not gonna forget that.
She told me several
But he
times
takes
that it
care
wasn't my baby,
He
Your
takes
Honor.
care of my baby that he know that's not his, which is my son. He takes care of him. If we went shopping,
Yes,
he bought
but you
my
didn't
son
cheat
5
on me
pairs
and
of
have
outfits,
him,
and
though.
he only bought his daughter only one.
You didn't cheat on me and have him, though. So it's a difference. I got,
No, it's
I
not a
got
difference.
feelings, too.
Well, what he's trying to express, and look, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I'm trying to understand the situation. This is why I'm here, is to help you all each understand the other person's position. What he's saying is there's a level of resentment that he feels as it relates to baby Zion. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So maybe he's not as involved because he truly has a question relating to her paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
Part of that you validated because you have a question.
Yes.
And I wants to be her father.
You
He
do.
But
knows
she's
baby
nuts.
is-
Every time I come in the houses, it's something else.
So you do want to be baby Zion's father?
Yes, and you hear what she's saying every
His
time.
baby
It's
looks
about
just
my
like his
cousin.
cousin
Or is
his
she
son,
not my
and
baby?
he tells me that all the time. Yes, they look alike. So I know that this is his baby. His baby look just like his cousin/son.
Oh, I just caught that. And I'm gonna leave it alone. So, Mr. Brown, your hopes today, I just want to be clear, is that you are or you are not?
I think I'm not the father, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just want to hurry up and get this over with. There's too much going on. Too much going on, you know what I'm saying? Then I got him hit me up on Facebook. See, I had to block him on Facebook. I had to block him twice on Facebook.
Yeah,
Let
because
me
I
see
told
this
you to come
evidence.
get your daughter, because
I
I'm
don't-
not about to
He
know,
did.
bro.
You're not- I don't want my daughter
I'm a
to be
real
out.
man, bro.
Wait a minute, now you having a Facebook feud? What
No,
is
it
this
wasn't
about?
no Facebook fruits. I just told him, like, bro, come get your child. You feel me? This is not my child. She's telling me that this child is not mine. I'm not about to sit there. I'm a real man.
Well-
I'm not gonna have her calling me daddy or nothing. Like, hold on, I'm not your
I just
father.
don't want my
That's
daughter
your
to be
father.
fatherless, and I just want to find out today who my father is.
I just want to go out, get over with, you know what I'm saying? Corinne can go on with their life. I hope he is the father, you know what I'm saying? They can live a happy family, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Happy
I
life.
understand where he coming from, but the happy family, she got to stop doing the things she do. Sometimes it don't be about the child, you feel me?
All right, let's just acknowledge this. The level of animosity and confusion surrounding baby Zion's paternity is real. And you know that.
Yes.
You've admitted that. That's why this courtroom exists. And some mothers come in here and they will say, and Jerome can attest to this, no, I know for certain it was nobody else. It was nobody else. You came into court and said, look, I have a dilemma. I did sleep with 2 men during the window of conception, and I need an answer, and I have those answers for you. Are you ready for the results?
Yes.
Your Honor.
All right,
Yes.
throw in the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows.
Please.
In the case of Nesbitt versus Henderson, when it comes to 7-month-old Zion Nesbitt, Mr. Brown, you are not her father.
Oh, hey, I told
Okay,
you.
sit down, Mr. Brown. Your name rhymes with clown,
I'm
but
ready,
you're
I'm
not
ready.
gonna clown today.
I'm just ready to go
calm
home.
down.
I'm just glad it's
Mr.
time.
Calm down. Mr. Henderson, you are her father.
Told you was her father from the beginning.
Are you happy?
Yes, I mean, I love to be her father, but if she can't change, I'ma leave. But
Well,
I'ma
just don't
still
leave
do
your
for her,
daughter.
though. I'ma still do for my daughter, because I'm not that guy. This will be my only child.
You all now have a child together. There's a level of immaturity that is reeking in this relationship. I mean, it is just, you all just silly with it all. But you're making babies.
I mean, we make babies as long as they get taken care of, because some guys out here will just make a baby and be like, huh, I'm gone.
Ms. Nesbitt, you gotta own too, this level of resentment you feel for Mr. Henderson, you gotta let that go. Because you told him from the jump, don't sign the birth certificate because it could be somebody else's, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Today's a new day. Today we know. Now you have to move forward. You all have to learn how to co-parent. This is a beautiful little girl. You don't want her standing here one day, Ms. Nesbitt, right in front of me. You want her to be in a different position, right, than
Yes.
you are. So that means you two have to work together. We have counseling for you, resources to help you figure out how to co-parent together. But get yourselves together.
Okay.
She needs you guys, all right?
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish you the best of luck. Court is adjourned. Ms. Commons, you claim the defendant has been denying your 2-year-old daughter Breeze and refuses to do anything for her. You are furious and testify that you are certain he is the father and plan to prove that today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Baker, you claim you were a loving father for the first 1.5 years of Breeze's life until 5 months ago when you appeared in couples court and learned Ms. Commons cheated. You say Ms. Commons is a liar, but the DNA does not lie and will prove that you are not Breeze's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Commons, you say you're furious.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the court why.
Your Honor, I'm here today to prove Mr. Baker is the father of my daughter. Not only have he been there from day one, he signed her birth certificate, he went to every doctor's appointment. His family even threw her a baby shower. My family, we don't need to throw baby showers because my auntie, she like well off or whatever, so she buys my kids whatever we need. They threw her a baby shower, they bought her some nice stuff, and I was very appreciative, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is for me to come as a woman and tell you my flaws and then you take it and try to throw it against my child, it's not right. She don't deserve that. She did not ask to be here. She did not want to be your daughter. She did not want to be my daughter for that matter, so you shouldn't do that to her.
And give me an example how he denies her.
First he'll say, go over there to your mama. He know how my baby is affectionate. My baby got a skin fetish. She like to rub on people. So that hurt my feelings when he be like, go to your mama. And she be like, I want you. And he be just saying, go to your mama. Go to your mama. Why are you telling her to go to her mother and she want you? She knows
And that makes you emotional when you say-
exactly. She
because
knows
what?
what she want. It makes me emotional because the way she loves us, like she rubs our face, she rubs our ears, she rubs our skin. The way she rubs his face, they got this little nose thing that they do. He be like, give me your nose, and she just be so happy, like literally so happy. She be smiling and everything. She loves her dad.
So, Mr. Baker, you have doubts.
Yes. Your Honor.
Explain to the court.
All right, well, first of all, I got doubts because everything that come out of her mouth a lie. Like, all the stuff she did in the past from
You can't hold
just cheating with
nobody
multiple
past against
people.
them and
Cheating
over
with
their
multiple
head.
people. I could catch her if her phone bing, she had it.
If my phone bing,
People
you
steady.
just want it could be.
Nah.
If my phone bing, it could be Jesus Christ. He gonna think it's I'm sleeping with.
Oh my gosh!
wasn't exclusive.
All right, listen.
One-
Listen. Take me to the point you find out she's pregnant with Breeze.
All
When you
right.
find out she's pregnant, do you accept it? How does she tell you?
Like,
When she told me she was pregnant with Breeze,
We found out
like,
together.
I was like, is she mine? You feel me? How you know that? You been messing with other guys, you feel me? Which I
never
noticed
denied her.
and don't caught it and seen it on numerous
never
occasions.
denied her.
And I was like, well, I don't know, but if she is mine, you feel me? I'm gonna be there for you. I do want to be a good father to my kids.
Yeah,
So you decided you wanted to try to be a family.
Yes. Because I do want to.
How
I
can
did
you
want to
decide
family,
at
and I
that
do
time
want
when
a
you were
family.
saying we wasn't never exclusive? You
Feel
need
me?
to
So,
evaluate yourself. First of all,
Exclusive basically meaning that we weren't in a relationship
He never
at the
denied
time.
my daughter when
That's what I meant.
when we first found out I was pregnant. He never denied my daughter. Never. He didn't start denying my daughter until the night I told him what I had did with my ex. On that night, he let it all. That night, we were still cool. We still stayed in the room. We still drunk. We still had sex that night and everything. That night, when we was on our way home that morning, he got, you would have thought he was Tasmanian devil. He was like, B, that's not my baby. You know it ain't my baby. I'm like, what? Where did that just come from? We had a good night.
How could you explain a good night? Because she sat there and said, I cheated. Oh, it's a good night.
You didn't,
That's a good night 'cause
you didn't leave the room?
Where's the good night at?
He didn't leave the room, did he?
It was painful.
He still slept with me that night.
Okay, hold on.
Still drunk?
You feel me?
Right.
Everything was
So if you
already-
so hurt by the situation, why did you still proceed with
the
I'm
point,
leaving.
hold
I'm
on,
leaving.
I want to understand this. So the first year of Breeze's life, you believe she was yours and you decided to make a family.
Yes.
Now, the first bomb got dropped, you said, when you appeared in couples court. What happened?
2 separate guys on 2 different occasions. On 2 different days, though. It was the weekend, right? Basically, I'm gonna say this. One weekend, right, Friday, I'm going out, I go hang with the homies or whatever. We out kicking it or whatever. She called me like around 5 something. Is you gonna come over tonight? I say no, because I'm finna go to a party or whatever. But at the same time, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there. But I'm trying to test her and see how loyal she is,
You
right?
don't have to test nobody
So
that you're in a
look, I'm trying
relationship
to see
with.
how loyal she is. I know, but this is where at the time when I want to see whether I'm gonna want to be with her or not, or see can I trust her. Pop up, 3 in the morning, knock on the door, ring the doorbell, whatever. She come to the window, guy walk right out. Wasn't nothing open up in there that night but legs. You feel me? And she
Well, no
said she
legs
ain't
open
did
up
nothing.
that night.
And she said she ain't
Oh, woman, if it was some legs open, I don't have
did nothing.
no doubt of saying.
Next
believe
day,
me.
right? Next day, right? She called me, like, is you coming, you gonna come back over tonight? I did the same thing. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna come over there, man. I ain't messing with you feel me, like that. So then I come over again after I leave the club. A different dude in there.
That's your,
Different
don't
dude.
play with me. I'm
And-
not a kid.
No, like, what you mean don't play with you?
Did you have a different man in there?
Yes, Your Honor, but they did not sleep with
And she
me. that
said,
night. That first,
she said he gave her oral sex. Don't let her lie to you.
I did not sleep with them. The lie detector, the test determined that I did not do anything with them. After I had my child,
But it was during your appearance there where you confessed.
I confessed when I
That's
got
when
home.
she confessed, but when like the other 2 guys, where she didn't do no,
With the 2 guys, which were the subject of the test.
Right.
yes.
But when you got home, she admitted she did something with some other people.
No,
With
one of the
other
guys
With
that,
one
that
other
was
guy.
on the test.
You say she dropped the bomb, number 2, which was that she had slept with somebody else.
Yeah.
Tell
Right.
me what happened.
We chilling in the hot tub, jacuzzi and everything, and after Blue just came, I cheated. Hold on.
No, Your Honor, that's not what happened. I can tell you
what
exactly
say?
what happened.
She like, I cheated, I stepped out. So I'm looking like, when you do it? I asked her, like, when? She talking about, I don't even remember what date, but it was too close to when Breeze, which is the
Was
pretty baby-
conceived.
Yeah,
That's not what happened.
the right word for it.
So did you ask at that time, is there another possible father?
Oh, I
for
instantly
Breeze.
asked her. I instantly-
No,
as soon as
he
she
instantly said, that's
when-
not my baby, B.
I said, did I say that?
Yes.
I probably did when she said it around, I probably did when she
You
said it.
probably
that's not-
did.
I was mad. No, that's not funny. That's not funny.
Out.
That's not funny.
That's not how it came out.
That's
how
not
it
funny,
came
but
out was
I probably
he
did say
kept
because
still-
I was mad when she said it. You feel me? I was hurt, and now I'm looking like this probably ain't even my baby. And she had sex with
First
him
of all,
after she had the baby
you
as
wanna
well.
know how I know for a fact
That's
that
what
he,
she.
that you
so
wanna
you
know how I
had
know?
sex. Look, if you had sex with him after you had the baby, what you was saying that was my baby, you had sex with him after that and before that, and then how I know that ain't his child? You feel me?
You wanna know how I know for a fact that it's his daughter?
Tripping.
How? Because
You
when
don't
my
know,
baby
you
was
don't
a
know.
little baby, she had whooping cough.
Yeah.
When I talked to the doctor said that down the line, whooping coughs can cause some form of asthma. He walks around with his asthma pump in his pocket. Even
Yeah,
he
here
has
go right
sex,
here.
he
But
pulls
that
out the
don't-
asthma
that
pump
ain't-
and hit the asthma pump. That's how I know for a fact that's his daughter, for a fact.
That
That's
ain't got
his
nothing-
daughter.
hey, that ain't got nothing
I
to
did
do
what
with
I
nothing.
did out of revenge. Was
So
not
listen,
right, but
because
my thing
you
is,
think, hold on, Miss Commons, you think that because your daughter had
So
the whooping
now-
cough, which could develop into asthma, and Mr. Baker has asthma, that proves that he's the biological father.
Exactly.
But that doesn't give you any reason to lessen the doubt you already have, Mr. Baker?
Basically, Your Honor, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You feel me? Her legs were still open. The fact is that
You want to put everything on
She
me,
was
but your
just
legs were still
messing-
open as well. We were both doing stuff. Don't make me a bad person. I'm human just like you.
Nah,
Don't play with my feelings.
I can't
Period.
trust her. All she do is
I
lie.
can't trust you either. You slept with somebody on Valentine's Day while I was pregnant.
All right,
Why would you do that?
I did that.
You
I
want
did
somebody to trust you, but you don't want them to trust. You want to trust somebody, but you don't want them to trust you. How? You don't sound right. You don't
All
sound
right,
right at all.
listen. I don't know where y'all thought it was appropriate to even engage in unprotected sex.
Man, I don't know.
This right here is a recipe for disaster. Really. Neither of you have a clue of what it means to truly be committed. And you potentially out here making babies? But she's here now.
She's here and I love her dearly. That's my baby. I love my baby. Like, I go to war for my kids, but don't try to pin me down and make me the bad person when you out here doing just as much as me.
But Ms. Commons, I want to make sure you understand that I get that.
I understand that you get that. I want you to
I
understand
get
I
that
was
he
hurt, too.
is all over the place.
I'm dealing with my own paternal issues with my dad, trying to find out who my dad is. If my mama didn't raise me right, where am I supposed to get it from? Where do I supposed to get it from? I'm supposed to learn on my own, and that's what I'm doing. I gotta make mistakes, learn, and live.
And so what are you really feeling? Because I can see the hurt in your face.
I feel hurt because my baby love him. His family love my baby.
Right.
My
I love
other
that
kids'
as well.
family don't treat them how they treat my baby. And so for him to tell her, go to your mama, whether you have her all day long and you know she wants you, she says this, I want you. That hurt. You don't know nobody inside feelings. Just like I don't know your inside feelings. Just like what I did to you was wrong. But for you to do this to this baby is not right. She's a baby. Thank God she don't understand.
Because you feel like you see him rejecting her.
Yes.
But Your Honor,
Now, we're at a place where we can understand what really happened. Y'all was in that little tit for tat mess. I say it all the time, it never works. And we as women, we never win.
Never.
Because we always end up with the baby. And it's always our baby and Papa's what?
Maybe.
Yep. We gotta stop playing that game. We don't win. We lose, our babies lose. Why play? So we're here. Now you brought a witness and I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. State your name for the court.
My name is Darlicia Baker.
What relationship are you to Mr. Baker?
I am Brandon's oldest sister.
You are. And what are you here to testify to as it relates to the paternity of Breeze Baker?
Me and Mary been friends, best friends, for 10 years. And we used to run the streets together, which means like we was double dating, kicking it, going back to the clubs and stuff. And to fast forward about that,
I want to fast forward to whether you think your brother is Breeze's biological father.
no, I don't think so, because I know how she gets down.
We get down together. If that's
And
the case, why you ain't been tell your brother, like, don't get down with her, we got down together?
I did tell my brother, but he was 19 up at the time when I was telling him about you.
No,
and I
you
felt
was-
like that you was just older and you was taking advantage of him.
I can't take advantage of no grown man. 19
He
and
was
nice.
19
Know how to
and you
spend
was
his
older
penis.
and you
So,
was manipulating him.
Miss
You was
Baker,
manipulating him.
Miss Baker, let's focus on how this relates to the question of paternity we are here to uncover. for this baby?
I knew for a fact she was having sex with other guys.
During the time Breeze was conceived?
Absolutely.
You say you know that for a fact?
Yeah, because we would talk on the phone too, and she'd tell me like,
That's a
you
lie.
know, I just left from my friend's house, this dude, and she'd tell me like, oh girl, his sex wasn't about nothing, you know, like that type of stuff. So I knew for a fact that she was sleeping around.
She know for a fact.
All right, and you said that to your brother, you told him?
Yep, I told him.
All right. Before we go to these results, is there any truth you'd like to share? Is there something that you have not told him related to Breeze's conception?
No, ma'am.
Is there
I haven't
anything you haven't told him?
I did not sleep with nobody the time of Breeze being conceived.
She been screaming that since she been talking about somebody ain't did nothing with nobody since 2015.
And when I went home, you were still accusing me of everybody. Like you still accuse me right now today.
Look, she's saying all of this, but
if you gonna be with me, be with me. If you not, don't keep on holding stuff over my head. I'm human just like you human. You did stuff, I did stuff. If it's gonna be,
but he didn't have any babies.
Look,
so
mama,
that don't mean nothing.
Okay, but that doesn't have anything to do with Breeze's paternity. All right, let's go to the results. Jerome, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. Woo.
Deep breath.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Commons versus Baker, when it comes to 2-year-old Breeze Baker, Mr. Baker, you are the father.
Get a hug. I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm happy with the results. But I just want to say this before. It's still not gonna be no trust there with her. I'm gonna always be there for my daughter, but the trust with her like that.
Right, that means you need to depart then. Don't hold on.
You know, that's all.
Who got a rope around your neck making you stay?
All right.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say to her.
I'm so glad y'all don't have nothing else to say because y'all ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about this baby. And it's not that you don't love her. It's that you don't know how to act. And when I see two grown people sitting up here acting a plumb fool and sitting up here and got a beautiful blessing for a baby here, and all she want to do is rub her little face on somebody's arm and go to sleep and love her mama and love her daddy, and y'all sitting around here clowning and can't get it together for this baby. Y'all so worried about whose fault it is. Oh, he was doing this and he was doing this and he was doing. I guarantee you this baby standing before me in 20 years, that's y'all's fault.